That's what I like to see.
Well, guys, a lot of hype around this first match here, getting MVP ahead, but we're about to jump into match number 2. sKyHigh coming through here for CJ Entis. Very great, making turn. It's going to be a TVT against GuMiho. He's 2-5. I saw, like, at IEM, I have to say, like, Taipei. I looked at the stats recently. He went 0-2 against GuMiho. It was quite a while ago, but still, I guess in terms of rivalry sake, or maybe what sKyHigh's feeling, maybe he's just not that good against GuMiho.
Well, GuMiho's in this season, or rather this season, whichever way you want to put it, only 1-0. Hasn't played that many games. He's 5-2 in total. Famously beating Zest after his booth collapsed on him.
Oh yeah. GuMiho got bopped, but then he bopped Zest. Right. What was that? Habitation Station, right?
I think so, yeah.
That gold-based map, that crazy map we used to have here.
That map was fun, though.
It really was.
It was a bad map, I think, by design, but it was an exciting map.
Yeah. Those are always fun when you get best of ones on them, of course, for Pro League.
It's good in Pro League. It's like not good in individual leagues, I think. When you've got a map that's for a best of one and you can pick the player for it, when you have to play it sometimes in a tournament, it's like not always the best map. So.
Yep. Well, the map here for game number 2 is Vaani Research Station. And let's look at the predictions. It's going to be split 3-3 here. Me, Kanata, and Yudehyun, the analyst over there, all going for GuMiho. But you and Moonglade and the caster there on the desk going for sKyHigh.
Yeah. Moonglade and I are teaming up on this one. I think sKyHigh's got the potential. I think he's got great mech play. GuMiho also known for mech at TBT, though. He has played bio, like in Wings of Liberty. He's done a lot of that. He's really good with big doom drops in this matchup. That's what he loves. But I don't know, man. This could really go either way. This is a tough one for me.
Yeah. I spent the most time on this prediction, to be honest. But let's jump into the game regardless. Game number 2 between sKyHigh and GuMiho. Down here in the south, in the red, our return player from CJ Entis. It is sKyHigh.
You're gonna. Okay, I'll translate that in a minute. At the top in the blue, it's GuMiho. And Holy play.
What?
I don't know the reference.
Seducing play. Oh, like the nine-tailed fox of GuMiho. Okay.
The sKyHigh one was like, "You're gonna win for me, right? I trust you, and I'll cheer for you."
Yeah.
It's just a cute, perfect, cute thing to say.
Look at those predictions from the fans, 51-49. That really actually does depict how close this matchup is. We usually talk about certain fans voting a lot for their players, but this one is just straight up close.
Well, the funny thing about this is, in almost all ways, these two they're like equally popular and famous in Korea. They are, I'd say most people would say they're about equal in skill level in Korea and outside of Korea. Like, sKyHigh is famous for his old CJ days. He's been on CJ. He's been one of the loyalist, the longest standing CJ player I think that survives today on CJ. Yeah, I can't think of anyone else. Like, Effort was there for a while, but he left. So I think he's like the longest CJ player that's still around today. GuMiho is famous, of course, for his Epic So days, his drop play, and looking like Leenock.
That's what he's famous for.
Well, there was like a lot of people were saying that, or that he looked like Choi. I can't remember which, but
I think it was Leenock.
Yeah, I think it was Leenock, but I don't think they looked that alike at all. But anyways, that's why I got confused. I'm like, I don't know. But we see a very similar opening for these two. The gas first. The rush distance on this map by air is pretty. It's pretty short. I mean, it's a short map in general. You can get Banshees to your opponent's base pretty quick. You don't have to scout on this map to see if they're going to do that. And it's almost as like they've both kind of felt like, oh, my opponent's going to do the same thing as me. I'm not even going to send a quick scout. No Reapers, no SCV scouts coming across, just fast factories. And the question is, does somebody rush a Raven to play defensively, or do they both just go Banshees and we have that crazy game?
Well, part of this also is that neither player is scouting. Neither player knows. It looks like GuMiho is going to be the first person to commit to scouting. He's going to make a Reaper, and he will be able to get into the base of sKyHigh and have an idea of what he wants to make. Maybe he sees an aggressive Banshee play build or just an aggressive build in general, and then he just play defensive, whereas sKyHigh may be saying, oh, okay, I'm just going to go for it like I got a specific build planned out. I want to see exactly what these guys are going for before I make any other predictions on their build, you know.
Sure. A little bit of delayed Reaper here from GuMiho. Everyone knows GuMiho loves his Reapers. It's actually won even a TVP matchup with pure Reaper before. It's actually happened. I think he beat Classic with that once. Someone else in the GSTL All-Star match last year, but or was that 2 years ago now? Oh, it's been a while. Yeah, 2 years
Back
ago.
in the day,
Back in the day, man. I missed the GSTL. It was a great tournament.
Now we got Pro League.
It's even better.
Well, we already have Pro League, but...
Ooh, look at the sneaks somehow between the units here. Very lucky.
Yeah.
He's going to see Hellions and no tech lab, so he's like, okay, go on the drop route.
He sees everything. This is so good for GuMiho. GuMiho's got his expansion up much, much faster. And like we said before, now that he sees this, all that he has to do is play defensive and just make sure he can defend that CC, and he will get ahead.
Yeah. This is a very ideal position here for GuMiho. He's doing the same sort of build, but he's cut Marines entirely, obviously, with that Reaper, and hasn't been making any more, so he's going to be going into mech, as you would expect. But he is finding himself, to a certain extent, with a lack of units. So knowing about this is, you know, obviously going to give him some inherent advantages, but he's going to need to make sure his Viking's in position and he can crank those Hellions out so he can actually hold this, because that's a lot of Marine firepower here.
Yeah.
He should be able to defend it, but, you know, needs to be cautious still.
Yeah, I think he has a very good idea this is coming as well. And he's already sending that Hellion back. It looks like he's got that timing down. So just pumping out a bunch of Hellions to deal with those Marines. It's going to be up to sKyHigh not to bunch up his units here against this many Hellions. Also, the safety Viking, just to help out against the medevac, can also drop down and help out on the ground as well. Let's see what this build can do.
All right, here we go. Hellions are so ready. Dropping this would just be a mistake. Although with the Viking here, he's going to have to make some awkward choices. Drops the Widow Mine. Oh, this is just a disaster. He's actually even going to lose the medevac. Two Hellions try to sneak in the back, but they're probably not going to get much damage done.
Yeah, they're actually probably going to get down without doing any damage at all.
Yeah, I don't think he killed a single SCV.
Whoa. That was like... I don't know. Like,
I'm trying to think of an analogy.
That build just like did not work at all. That just did not work.
That's like, I don't know. That's like when you go. That feeling is like when you go to like the department to get your driver's license or something. You forgot you're like one critical document. It's just like it's that feeling of just like, well, I just missed everything. Now I just get. I wasted so much time. I wasted so much of everything. Like now I have to go home and be sad and like try again another day because like. What is he going to do now? He committed so much to this harassment, and now he can't. He's got no options.
He's only putting down his second CC now, and he's going to try to catch up. You know, make another CC and just defend behind this wall. But GuMiho's already got his third one coming up here. He's got so many more units, and he's had like probably 2 extra mules for a while. Like we said before, he held it off, and really all he has to do is play defensive and follow up with a push timing, and I don't really know what sKyHigh can do to defend. That was like the worst drop I've ever seen.
I mean, it wasn't even that badly executed. It was just that GuMiho knew about it, and he was totally ready with his Hellions. I was concerned that he might move his Hellions out or something, or he wouldn't have enough, but why would he when he knows? And if they're all there, he has to drop the units if there's a Viking there, because if he doesn't drop, then, well, he's just going to lose everything anyway. So he tried to drop them out and save the medevac, but it already used its boost. And oh boy, this Banshee is going to run into trouble as well. This is just not sKyHigh's day right now.
Yeah, he's going to have to cloak so far away from the base, and he's not even committing to the damage because he can already assume that GuMiho's got some turrets up. He's just going to try to get it home and I guess try to prepare it and use it to defend. But Scan going to come down, and one more.
Nope.
Oh, wow, just
so
barely.
Close. Yeah. It's funny, he even committed to the chase. It actually takes quite a bit of multitasking to chase a cloaked Banshee because you can't see it on your mini-map. You have to physically look at it with your eyes. And he almost got it. But he knows it's out there with very little energy. It's not really going to be a threat despite the fact that it survived. So it's like he virtually killed it. It's virtually gone because he just does not have to worry about it anymore. I mean, if you look at the supplies, yes, Sky has caught up quite a bit. He's beefed up a large army to make up for the fact that his economy is a bit behind. And he has, rushed that third CC, which gives him some extra mules, some extra building power. And he's not out of this game, but he's up against GuMiho, who he can't touch yet, who's going to have basically a easily turtled third CC, and he's going for the better comp. So if he doesn't do damage like really soon with this Marine tank Viking push that looks like he might go out with, I think he's going to have a hard time.
Yeah. He needs to do damage. Oh, not able to clean up that Widow Mine. So it looks like he'll just go back home. He's even flying out this third CC already down to the low ground. He's got those 2 armories down, but he never committed to any upgrades. He has so much gas. Maybe he forgot about them. It's been a while, that hasn't been coming out. So there we go. He finally commits to the 1-1.
Somewhat concerning is that GuMiho only has 3 siege tanks. He doesn't have a big tank count yet. He's even actually making a Thor right now to help deal with these Vikings, because his base is very pushable right now, his third base, and he doesn't have a mobile force where he can punish sKyHigh's base. So I do worry a little bit about what sKyHigh could do to him here. I mean, he's got a strong army. It's slightly more mobile, and with that vision control he's going to have with these Vikings, he can do some siege pushing. GuMiho's mobility lies in his Hellions only, which he is continuing to make 4 at a time. So we'll see what he could do with these. Can they keep sKyHigh back long enough for him to take advantage of the comp that he's building, the upgrades that he's building?
Yeah. GuMiho very active out on the map, as is sKyHigh. Looks like he does want to at least secure the watchtower. See if he commits to the push. Will have stim, and it looks like +1 attack, finishing up when this push hits. So just a little bit of a timing, a follow-up after the drop.
Yeah.
And we finally see Blue Flame. It's going to help out a lot against those Marines.
Big scan here. Trying to use that air control. The building positioning here for GuMiho is decent, but he does have a reactor and a factory a bit exposed here. It looks like GuMiho's going to actually just try to fight this head-on. He's got this Thor, he's got Hellbats and Hellions coming in from the sides. And you know what? There's not enough army on the ground here. It's actually just going to get cleaned up. The Vikings are going to, I guess, try to do some harass here. What else can they do?
Yeah, it's actually a lot of Vikings. They're going to get straight down there. But at the same time, they're going to lift up here against the Vikings of GuMiho. And GuMiho's got a Thor. It still survives. It's going to be so effective against his Vikings. And that's really all he's got right now.
Well, they need to move, too. It's just sitting there taking it. Let's finally move that away. This one Banshee is barely alive.
Yeah, GuMiho kind of freaking out a bit, I think. Here he was floating a ton of minerals and gas and just trying to micro his heart out, it looks like, in that fight. But yeah, he holds it off. Going to start another base, and he's got those Hellions for harass, and he's already moving them down.
What do you think about sKyHigh deciding to go for a more bio-oriented comp here? I'm really surprised. He's so good at mech. He's so known for it.
Yeah, I don't really know, to be honest. I don't really. Maybe just these days he's feeling a bit more comfortable. Some Blue Flame Hellions come in, but they're actually not going to get that much damage done. Only 4 FCVs.
I suppose with how little damage he did in the early game, maybe he felt like he had to do bio because he couldn't hold on to a third base with like mech that's behind. You know what I mean? I guess that's possible.
Yeah, it could be part of it.
But I mean, GuMiho is like ahead in upgrades in mech. He's 2-2 is on the way before the +1 armor is even done. It's before it's even halfway done. Like, they're about even the 2-2 and the +1 armor to get him at 1-1. So he's about to be a full set of upgrades behind.
Yeah. Look at this. GuMiho is just so smart with his mech play. Like, he's done this so many times. He's got a barracks floating over by his back door. He's also got a full turret ring plus a sensor tower. There's no drop that's ever going to go into that back base unless sKyHigh commits heavily to it.
Let me check exactly how many turrets he's got there even. He has 6 turrets in that base.
Yeah. Well, here's the drop.
There's the weak point on the right side. The only place he can get in, actually. I think this is... GuMiho is like not expecting him to actually have committed to this. This is going to force him to split his units up a little bit. But he needs to move back some of his units. He's actually trying to lift them back.
Unfortunately, sKyHigh did not see the armories That would have been a huge weak point right as the 2-2's finishing up. There were no units there for so long. If he had got on both of those factory, or rather the armories with all those Marauders, could have taken out both of them. And that would have got him back in.
I think he's going to do a big Doom Drop. He's seen the weakness. He's got a lot of medevacs here. I think he's just going to go for it.
GuMiho does see this, but again, at the same time, his mech army is very immobile, trying to get those Vikings in position.
That would be so nice if he could get those in position. He's just going to start shelling away at this turret ring. Ooh, GuMiho is slowly moving in from the side.
Yep. 2-2 finishes up. I think he's going to try to attack this.
I think so too. PDD goes down, and these medevacs indecisive as to where they want to go. He decides to go in the main base. There's a lot of Hellbats there, but they're still going to do a ton of damage with this Bioforce. Oh, the turrets are killing all the medevacs though as well, and you know what?
These Hellbats.
Yeah, the Hellbats just—they've got so much. They're so tanky with the +2.
Yeah, doing so much damage. All those Marauders grouped up there. It
It's
gets
like,
totally shut down, and GuMiho's got a 4th base already planted, making into a planetary right now.
he did some damage with that drop, but it was mostly just killing the Hellbats, the easy-to-replace units of GuMiho, whereas GuMiho now still has his main ground army. The rest of his Hellbats now joining up together, and he's ready to push across the map. And if you're ever comfortable enough to push across a map like this as mech versus bio, you know you have a lead. You're just walking across the map, not even concerned about the safety of your force, because like you said, it's a planetary. And
oh, look at that money scan. Sees everything of sKyHigh's over there on the right side.
well, he's going to send Hellions across the map to harass a 3rd. If he finds a 4th, he's going to get even more damage done.
Oh, man. And sKyHigh, I think he can't go back. He cannot defend. He's going to, well, he's kind of just moving back and forth in the middle of the map. GuMiho's got an incredible position right now on sKyHigh.
Yep, big attack here. Just on top of the production as well. And GuMiho is out in the middle of the map, looking like innovation in a late game TVP.
Or rather, sKyHigh.
Yeah, exactly. That's
well, here we go.
But he's going to try to go for this. There's just so many siege tanks, it doesn't even matter. Even without the Hellbats tanking, the Thors do some tanking, and GG.
GG, GuMiho will take it, and MVP goes up 2-0 to CJ Entis. I thought I would never say that, Wolf.
I thought I'd never say it either, but it's happening. It happened.
Yeah, man.
1 win away from actually taking a big victory here.
And it's a PvP, and Panic's, you know, a very, very strong player. This could actually happen. That would be the biggest upset, I think, so far around 3. Look at Panic's face. He even looks so confident right now.
Can I kill him now? He's like, no, there's a 3-minute break first. Like, oh, okay.
Yeah, man.
Oh, man. I'm really feeling the preparation today for all the teams you've seen so far.
Yeah.
Especially MVP in this particular series. Like, I mean, Hero is something you want to play a straight-up game. And sKyHigh about the same as well. Like, he had a plan, but it didn't work out. MVP, remember, they are still a serious force to be reckoned with. Remember last season, the MVP had like a great run in round 2. It's starting to feel like this moment is reminiscent of that. I'm definitely not trying to say they're about to have that round here in round 3 of this season, but
it'd be a good start at least.
Yeah,
taking out CJ,
taking out such great players, especially the Hero win is big. But this momentum that they gain, like they ride off of it, and Towel Terran's not messing around, man.
Yeah. I love the way Toya did his interview. By the way, he's like, this is all up to the players. They have to show up to play. They have to prepare. They have to be the ones practicing in the house. I can only help them out with that. And it seems like both these players prepared so much and played so well. They executed both their builds really, really nicely. And I'm feeling the MVP hype, man. Feels good.
It feels good. Hush, a master of PvP, though. Panic, though he's doing well. Can he take this guy out? Maybe off of the momentum. It's possible.
Yeah, it's definitely possible. PvP, any given day, best of 1. We could see MVP 3-0 CJ tonight.
Absolutely a possibility, Valdez. This has been an incredible day to come back to.
Yeah.
I'm very happy.
It's been crazy, man. We're going to go to a 3-minute break before we get to Hush versus Panic. Stay tuned.